Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we are going to recap our amazing week. Another week of generating income through selling options and collecting high yield dividends. We sell puts and we sell calls. When you sell a put, you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And when you sell a call, you're agreeing to sell a call for a predetermined price. So this is our end of the week trading video. I know tomorrow's Friday, but the market is not open and it actually closed at, I think, 1 Eastern today, so an early close. So we're going to do our end of week review where I'm going to show you everything we did this week as well as our last 24 weeks. Before we jump into that, let's take a look at the account. We are sitting at $60,000. We hit another new all-time high today. Oh, no, we did not. So I think we hit an all-time high this week. What was it? 60,105, I think, is the all-time high. But we are over $60,000 at a close for the first time. So that's a new record for this account. It's wonderful. The market continues to run up, but as I say in every video, real money and option selling is on the down days. So, I'm really hoping next week we have some down days. We can make some real money with puts. With that being said, let's jump over to our trade history so you can see everything I made trades on this week. I'm going to pull up my Excel file here, but I do want you to see my history just so you can fully see the credits we are collecting. All those plus and the amounts are what we collected for selling a put or rolling the put. When you sell a put, again, you're just agreeing to buy that stock for a predetermined price. We use SABR here as the example. We have a $3 put. That means we agreed to buy that stock for $3 a share on or by expiration date of 8/15. That's when the contract ends, and that's when we'll roll the position. When you roll the position, you're just changing your expiration date, keeping that strike price the same, rolling the position, and collecting another credit. Oh, I did buy a few more shares today of ULTY. Let's see. I bought 110 shares, so pretty good adding to it. Obviously, they won't be part of the dividend payment this week, but next week they will. So we get closer and closer to our 2,000 share goal. But like I said, the account is doing fantastic. But let's jump over to our Excel file where we can see a breakdown of all the trades we've done as well as what we've accomplished over the last 24 weeks. Okay, for the first tab here, it's our weekly total. As you can see, we collected $737. That's pretty dang good. That's an awesome week. That is comprised or made up of rolling cash secured puts, and column C, the play. Rolled CSP means I rolled that cash secured put. So I had agreed to buy those Riot stocks for a predetermined price. I determined I didn't want it to expire worthless because the stock is currently trading above the price I agreed it to buy it for. So I rolled the position and collected another credit on it. That's $72 on top of what I've already collected for it. And then the next 5 plays in a row are all brand new plays. Teledoc, never played them before. Fubo, never played them before, but am familiar with the TV app. Teledoc used to be around $32 a share, so I'm pretty happy. I agreed to buy them for $7.50 a share. Not bad. ENVX, never played them before, $53 a share. NWL, I did misspoke. I have sold a put on them, whether it was this year or last year or the year before. The stocks kind of run together, I'm not going to lie. Poet, never played them before. That was called out by one of my friends on Fiverr. ALT, I have rolled that position for a long time. And we had another cash secured put on SABR, Sabre. $40 there, and then Alt, I rolled that stock again a second time, collecting another $8 on it. So add that together with the dividends we will get paid out. They won't hit till Monday because of the 4th of July on Friday, but I'm still counting that in this week because, again, ex-dividend Wednesday, they should have been paid on Friday. We'll get paid dividends again next week for Friday, so I'm making sure to include these in this week. And that's $171 from ULTY. We're getting closer and closer to our 2,000 share goal. YMAX, we have payment of $81 coming, and MSTY, $69. I know a lot of people are obsessed with that Misty one. I only own a few shares. And I won't buy any more. I mean, $69 for the month, though, it's still a great yield, but I don't think that's going to stay where it's at. I only think it's going to go down from there. So like I said, $737 on the week. We're going to go over to our running total tab. Okay, so we started doing our trade history 24 weeks ago. That means that I showed trade history, everything I was doing. I've never hit anything I've ever done, but I physically started showing the trade on YouTube 24 weeks ago, and that's why we have it starting January 20th. Now, I did go in total January 1st through the week of the 17th, and I told it around $1,500 in there. So, whatever we have, we can just add it to our running total, because I'm not going to include it on here because, again, I didn't physically show that trade history back at the beginning of January. I started doing it on the 20th. So I'm always fully transparent, and that's the reason it won't be included in our running total. It would make it look better because it would put me right about $20,000, but that's okay. So over the last 24 weeks, we have had an amazing run, adding up to $18,300. And if you would add the $1,500 we've collected over the first 2.5 weeks of January, we would be right at about $20,000 year to date, which again is over $3,000 of extra cash passive income per month. It feels pretty great. If you would take that $18,300 and divide it by 24, because we've done 24 weeks, we would average $795.68 per week. As I said, the goal originally was $550 a week, and then I said once I hit it 60,000, we would make it $600 a week. I preemptively made it $600 a week. Not that that's much of a change. As you can see, over the last 24 weeks, there's not one week that is under $600. So if we actually look closely here, I think our lowest week was week 12 in April, $618. And I actually think that was the week after it had, 2 weeks after it had that big rundown. And that's why I got around $1,100 on week 10. Because, again, you make your money on down weeks in selling options. So, yeah, the account looks prettier on green days, but you generate more income on down days. So you can see the big weeks over 1,000. Those were weeks where the market was on a downturn. But other than that, we have not missed our goal of a minimum of $600 per week. And like I said, because we have managed to stay consistent and not overtrade, but also make sure we're making good plays, we're averaging almost $800 a week. And if you would multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, our running total would be $41,378. That is great passive income. Again, this is a side hustle for us that we're not investing much time into, but this allows us to generate income that we can invest in ourselves. And I mean, earning an extra $41,000 that you can use to grow your business or invest in other things, whatever you like, it makes it a lot easier, and growing accounts become a lot faster. And I will never bash slow investing in low yields, long-term investors. Those are great. But I do think you need to have an account. Again, not financial advice, just my opinion. I think you need to have an account that you're trying to generate income today, because you need to grow and invest in yourself today. Because, yes, it will be great to have that retirement money when you're ready to retire, but it also would be nice to enjoy life today, invest in yourself today. Let's look at our dividend payouts. Year to date, we have collected $4,879. And if we go over to our dividend tab, we can kind of get a look at how much money we have collected from these high-yield dividend funds. So YMAX this year, we have collected around $2,014. ULTY, we have collected $1,595. Those two are both weekly payers. but I have no doubt that ULTY will eventually pass YMAX, because I do have, so many more shares, and the yield is, it's a little bit less, but it's not a huge difference. So every week it gets a little bit closer. MSTY we've had for 4 months. They pay every month, and we've collected $439 from that so far. And the last one we had is MRNY. That's the last monthly payer we have. They have paid $553.42. So that's pretty awesome. An amazing week. We're going to jump back into our Robinhood account to close out the video. Okay, so we're back in the account here. We had an amazing week, collected over $700. Our running total continues to grow. The last thing I wanted to touch on in this video, if you're someone that wants to learn how to sell options, I provide an educational course on Fiverr. It's where I will teach you how to sell puts and sell calls. You'll also be able to have access to every trade I make, but I always preface this: it's not financial advice. My trades are my opinions. The goal of the course is so that you can learn how to sell put options, and so that you can have success investing in yourself. And just a preemptive, the strategy is very simple. Again, when you sell a put, you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And when you sell a call, you're agreeing to sell the stock for a predetermined price. In either situations, you are getting paid a credit to do so. And you never sell a put on a stock you're not okay with owning. So, in my opinion, you really don't lose in this investing style. Now, again, not financial advice, but I'd love to have you aboard. Love to work with you. We can grow together. And that's kind of where I'm going to wrap up this video. We do have around $35,000 of buying power available, but we're not making anything. The market's closed today and the rest of the day anyway. Once you hit your weekly goals, step away. Tomorrow we'll probably put out a video on plans for next week. We do have some contracts expiring next week, so we'll talk about plans for them. I do expect, with the tariff news, I expect some sort of down week. I'm really hoping. Again, I know it's I'm repetitive on that, but you make a lot more money when the stocks are going down. The account looks prettier, so it's awesome to see that we've hit $60,000. But I want it to go down so we can make some more money, so that when we have our next bullish up run, we're at like $65,000. So that's how it works. It goes down for a while. You sell some good puts, capture those credits. You come back, another bull time, and the account's much higher than it was before. So, like I said, happy we have a new all-time high for the account, $60,000. It's really awesome to just watch it continue to grow. And I really enjoy all the comments, all the time people take to ask questions, to put their notes on there. And I'm even seeing some people replying to other people about, hey, be careful and things like that. I love that. That makes my day. We can all grow together. There's no reason that we can't all have success. So if you see somebody asking questions and you're confident in your response, help them out. Be kind, be courteous, help them out. And like I said, we can all continue to grow together. We can all continue to have success. With that being said, I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.